Have you ever found yourself in a situation where speaking up only made things worse? Imagine navigating those moments with calm and clarity. Unfortunately, the art of silence is often lost in our busy world filled with noise and constant chatter. But what if choosing not to speak holds the key to greater peace and understanding? As Buddha said, "Silence the angry man with love. Silence the ill-natured man with kindness. Silence the miser with generosity. Silence the liar with truth." Today, we're diving into the profound wisdom of Buddhism to discover why sometimes silence is the best answer. We'll explore 9 powerful situations where staying silent can lead to inner peace and clarity. Stick around, because embracing silence might transform your life in ways you never imagined. 1. When dealing with anger. As the great Buddha once said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. This means that anger harms us more than anyone else. When we are angry, our judgment becomes clouded, and we often say things we later regret. In heated moments, it's best to remain silent. Silence gives us the necessary space to calm down and reflect on the situation. This pause allows us to prevent harmful outbursts and helps preserve our inner peace. By choosing silence, we avoid escalating conflicts and give ourselves time to respond more thoughtfully and compassionately. 2. When being criticized unfairly. As the Buddha wisely advised, do not speak unless it improves on silence. This means that sometimes the best response is no response at all. When you are criticized unfairly, your initial reaction might be to defend yourself or retaliate. However, speaking impulsively can often make the situation worse. By staying silent, you maintain your dignity and composure. This silence provides you with the opportunity to process the criticism calmly and assess whether there is any truth to it. It also allows you to decide the best course of action without being driven by emotion. Responding thoughtfully and respectfully at a later time is often more effective and preserves your peace of mind. 3. When your words would reflect poorly on someone. The Buddha once said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." This teaches us the importance of speaking with purpose and compassion. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where sharing certain information or opinions could harm someone's reputation or cause unnecessary hurt. In these moments, it's better to remain silent. Silence helps prevent the spread of negativity and protects others from harm. By choosing not to speak ill of others, we practice right speech, a core principle of Buddhism that encourages us to use our words to create harmony and understanding. This mindful approach not only avoids conflict, but also fosters a more compassionate and supportive environment. 4. When emotions run high. The Buddha taught, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." This reminds us that true peace is found by managing our inner emotional world. When emotions run high, whether it's due to stress, excitement, or sadness, our ability to think clearly and communicate effectively can be compromised. In such moments, staying silent allows us to avoid saying things we might later regret. It provides a chance to pause, breathe, and regain our composure. Silence gives us the space to process our emotions and understand them better. By doing so, we can respond more thoughtfully and with greater clarity, ensuring our words and actions align with our true intentions and promote peace and understanding. 5. When silence is the most respectful response. In certain situations, especially during sacred or solemn moments, silence is the most respectful and appropriate response. Whether attending a funeral, participating in a religious ceremony, or simply being present for someone in pain, silence can convey reverence and understanding. Buddha once reflected, in the end, these things matter most. How well did you love? How fully did you live? How deeply did you let go? This emphasizes the importance of living with compassion, presence, and respect. By choosing silence, you provide a peaceful space for others to reflect, grieve, or celebrate, allowing the moment to be fully experienced and appreciated without the intrusion of unnecessary words. 6. When you lack knowledge or facts. The Buddha wisely noted, "The fool who knows he is a fool is that much wiser." This highlights the importance of recognizing our own limitations and understanding when it is better to remain silent. When you lack knowledge or facts about a particular topic, speaking out can lead to misinformation and misunderstandings. In these situations, it's wise to stay silent and listen instead. Silence allows you to gather the necessary information, ask thoughtful questions, and learn from others. By acknowledging what you don't know, you open yourself up to growth and prevent the spread of incorrect information. This approach not only shows humility, but also demonstrates a commitment to truth and accuracy, fostering a more informed and thoughtful discussion. Silence in such instances reflects a respect for the expertise of others, encouraging a collaborative environment where knowledge is shared and valued. It also prevents the embarrassment and potential conflict that can arise from making uninformed statements. By choosing silence, you create space for learning and ensure that when you do speak, your words are well-informed and meaningful. This mindful approach helps build credibility and trust in your interactions, both personally and professionally. The Buddha once said, "A wise man, recognizing that the world is but an illusion, does not act as if it is real, so he escapes the suffering." This teaching encourages us to detach from immediate emotional reactions and view situations from a broader perspective. When receiving constructive criticism, our first instinct might be to defend ourselves or become defensive. However, staying silent in these moments can be incredibly powerful and beneficial. Silence allows you to fully listen and absorb the feedback without the interference of defensive thoughts or words. It demonstrates maturity and a willingness to learn and grow, qualities that are highly respected and valued. Constructive criticism, when taken in the right spirit, can provide valuable insights into areas where you can improve and develop. By remaining silent, you show that you are open to understanding the perspectives of others and are willing to consider their advice without immediate rejection or argument. Silence provides you with the opportunity to reflect deeply on the feedback. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can take the time to think about the points raised and how they apply to your actions or behaviors. This reflective process helps you to discern the validity of the criticism and to plan constructive steps for improvement. It also allows you to respond thoughtfully and appreciatively rather than defensively, which can foster a more positive and productive dialogue. Practicing silence when receiving criticism helps to build stronger relationships. It shows respect for the person giving the feedback and acknowledges their effort to help you improve. This can lead to more open and honest communication in the future, as people feel more comfortable sharing their thoughts with someone who listens attentively and responds thoughtfully. Silence can help you manage your emotions more effectively. Constructive criticism can sometimes touch on sensitive areas, triggering feelings of inadequacy or frustration. By choosing silence, you give yourself the space to process these emotions privately without escalating the situation or damaging your relationships. This emotional regulation is a key aspect of personal growth and resilience, enabling you to handle criticism with grace and composure. Silence, when receiving constructive criticism, is a powerful tool for personal and professional development. It allows you to listen, reflect, and respond thoughtfully, demonstrating maturity, respect, and a genuine commitment to self-improvement. By embracing silence, you create a positive environment for growth and learning, both for yourself and for those around you. This approach not only enhances your ability to grow, but also fosters a culture of mutual respect and continuous improvement. Over time, you will likely find that this practice leads to greater self-awareness, improved skills, and stronger, more supportive relationships. By consistently practicing silence in the face of constructive criticism, you build a reputation for being open-minded and resilient. This can attract more mentors and allies who are willing to invest in your growth, knowing that you are receptive to feedback. Ultimately, the practice of mindful silence transforms criticism from a potential source of conflict into a valuable opportunity for learning and personal development. 8. When confronted with injustice. The Buddha taught, hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. This profound wisdom underscores the importance of responding to injustice with a calm and compassionate heart. When confronted with injustice, our natural reaction might be to speak out immediately and forcefully. However, there is immense power in choosing silence initially. Silence in the face of injustice allows for a more measured and strategic response, rather than an impulsive reaction driven by anger or frustration. By staying silent initially, you give yourself the space to fully understand the situation. This period of quiet reflection helps you gather all the necessary facts and perspectives, which is crucial for forming a fair and effective response. It prevents you from acting on incomplete information, which could potentially exacerbate the situation or lead to unjust outcomes. Silence also provides an opportunity to observe the dynamics at play and understand the motives and intentions of others involved. Silence allows you to channel your emotions constructively. Confronting injustice can be emotionally charged, often triggering feelings of anger, helplessness, or sadness. By choosing silence, you give yourself the time to process these emotions and transform them into a source of strength and determination. This emotional regulation is essential for maintaining clarity and focus, enabling you to respond in a way that is both powerful and compassionate. Silence also fosters a deeper level of strategic thinking. When faced with injustice, it is important to consider the most effective course of action. Immediate reactions can sometimes lead to further conflict or alienate potential allies. By taking the time to reflect silently, you can devise a thoughtful strategy that addresses the root causes of the injustice and promotes long-term positive change. This might involve rallying support from others, finding legal or institutional avenues for redress, or crafting a message that resonates with a broader audience. Silence can be a powerful form of protest. Throughout history, silent protests have been used effectively to draw attention to injustices and mobilize support without resorting to violence or verbal confrontation. The power of silence lies in its ability to convey a strong message of disapproval and solidarity without escalating tensions. It shows that you are not willing to engage in a battle of words, but are committed to seeking justice through peaceful and deliberate means. Silence can build bridges and open doors to dialogue. When we respond to injustice with silence, we create a space for others to reflect on their actions and potentially recognize their own mistakes. This can lead to more productive conversations and a greater likelihood of achieving mutual understanding and reconciliation. Silence in this context is not a sign of passivity or acceptance, but a strategic pause that paves the way for meaningful engagement and resolution. Choosing silence when confronted with injustice is a powerful and strategic approach that aligns with the Buddha's teachings on compassion and non-violence. It allows you to gather information, process emotions, think strategically, and build a thoughtful response. By embracing silence, you transform it into a tool for promoting justice, peace, and understanding. This approach not only helps address immediate injustices, but also nurtures a culture of empathy and respect, fostering a more just and compassionate world. Ultimately, it is through mindful silence that we gain the strength and clarity to fight for justice effectively and sustainably. This requires cultivating patience and mindfulness, knowing when to pause and reflect rather than react. It also means seeking wisdom from those who have faced similar injustices and learning from their experiences. By integrating these practices, you empower yourself to act from a place of wisdom and compassion, making your efforts for justice more impactful and lasting. Silence, when used wisely, can become a powerful statement of intent and a catalyst for meaningful change. 9. Practicing gratitude. The Buddha once said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn much today, at least we learned a little." This quote reminds us to appreciate even the smallest blessings in life. Practicing gratitude often doesn't require words. In fact, silence can be a powerful way to connect with the present moment and fully experience gratitude. When we quietly reflect on what we are grateful for, we allow ourselves to truly feel and absorb these positive emotions. Silence during moments of gratitude helps us focus, meditate, and appreciate the good in our lives without distraction. This quiet reflection allows us to recognize the people, experiences, and things that bring us joy and fulfillment. By turning inward and contemplating these blessings, we cultivate a deep sense of gratitude that words alone cannot express. Practicing silent gratitude helps us develop mindful awareness of both our surroundings and inner state. It encourages us to slow down and appreciate the small, often overlooked aspects of daily life. This heightened awareness deepens our connection to the present moment, enhancing our overall well-being and happiness. Silent gratitude also shapes how we interact with others. By silently appreciating the kindness, support, and love we receive, we nurture a sense of humility and respect. This quiet acknowledgement strengthens our relationships, fostering an attitude of appreciation and empathy. When gratitude is felt deeply, it naturally reflects in our actions, creating a more positive and harmonious environment. Silent gratitude can also be a source of strength during difficult times. By focusing on what we are thankful for, we shift our attention away from struggles and toward the positive aspects of life. This shift in perspective brings comfort and resilience, helping us navigate challenges with a more balanced and optimistic mindset. The practice of silent gratitude can deepen our spiritual growth. In Buddhism, gratitude is considered a virtue that nurtures a compassionate heart. By silently appreciating the interconnectedness of all things, we cultivate a greater sense of empathy and kindness toward others. This spiritual practice not only enriches our own lives, but also helps create a more compassionate and caring world. Silent gratitude can be woven into our daily routines in simple yet meaningful ways. For example, starting or ending the day with a few minutes of quiet reflection on what you are grateful for can set a positive tone for the day or bring a peaceful close to it. This practice can take place during meditation, a quiet walk in nature, or even while enjoying a cup of tea. These moments of silent gratitude allow us to pause and reconnect with the good in our lives, fostering a lasting sense of thankfulness. Keeping a gratitude journal can also be a powerful way to deepen this practice. Writing down things you appreciate and then silently reflecting on them reinforces the habit of gratitude and strengthens your awareness of life's blessings. This can be especially helpful during difficult times, serving as a tangible reminder of the positivity in your life. Practicing silent gratitude is a powerful and transformative habit that aligns with Buddhist teachings on mindfulness and appreciation. It allows us to deeply connect with our blessings, fostering a sense of peace and contentment. By embracing silence in our expressions of gratitude, we strengthen our ability to appreciate life's simple joys and cultivate a more positive and mindful way of living. This practice not only enriches our personal lives, but also helps create a more compassionate and harmonious world. By making silent gratitude a regular habit, we invite more positivity into our lives and develop a deeper appreciation for the present moment, ultimately leading to greater happiness and fulfillment. Embracing silence in these 9 situations not only aligns with Buddhist teachings, but also brings more tranquility and wisdom into our lives. Remember, silence is not emptiness. It is a space for growth, understanding, and peace. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insights into Buddhist wisdom. May your journey be filled with peace and understanding. Until next time, stay silent and stay serene.